where the heart used to bloom, a vacant lot, a silence where the symphony was not. The colors bled to shades of gray and white, and choked the day and elongated night. Each petal of a promised, soft tomorrow was plucked by the sharp fingers of a sorrow. The trellis, where sweet sentiments would twine, was stripped and left to let the cold moon shine. I walked that ground, a ghost in my own chest, and catalogued the ruins of the nest. I traced the shape of what I thought was true, a phantom pain where love once grew and grew. But seasons turn, as seasons always do. The frost, a harsh instructor, fed the dew, and in that void, a different root took hold, a story that was tougher to be told. I learned the strength it takes to simply breathe, to sit with ache and not pretend to grieve. I built a spine from every shattered vow, and found my own 2 feet to stand on now. The emptiness became a cleaner space, a window to a more authentic grace. For where the heart used to bloom, now stands an oak, with roots much deeper for the way it broke. No fragile flower, but resilient wood, a fortress where a garden once had stood. Where the heart used to bloom, now stands an oak, with roots much deeper for the way it broke. No fragile flower, but resilient wood, a fortress where a garden once had stood. And though the wind still sings a mournful tune, it does not shake these boughs beneath the moon. It only proves the steadfastness of form, a strength that was refined within the storm. The birds that nest within these arms are new. Their songs are simple, honest, and more true. They do not know the fragrance of the rose, but of the peace a steadfast presence knows. The sun finds purchase in the leaves instead, and casts a dappled light upon the head. A cooler comfort, but a broader shade, a sanctuary that will not swiftly fade. So let the memory of blossoms be a pressed and faded page, a distant sea. This trunk, these rings, this unyielding, quiet grace, have given sorrow's barrenness a face, not one of ruin, but of slow reprise, where seeing with unclouded, wiser eyes becomes the shelter and the solid ground, where a more lasting kind of peace is found, where the heart used to bloom, a quiet power, unfurls its truth with every passing hour. This fortress oak, born from a broken trust, stands not in defiance, but in deep adjust. For strength is not the absence of the ache, nor is it building walls for pity's sake. It is the grace that lets the sunlight through the very same spaces that were torn by you. It is the bark, once tender, now grown tough, that has learned precisely when to call a bluff. Yet, in its core, the sap of life still flows. It feels the sting of rain, the winter's snows. But now it bends where once it would have cracked, acknowledging the things it cannot take back. It offers shade to other wounded things, and from its patience, a new music springs, a hum not of a frantic, joyful bee, but of the wind, the rain, the rooted tree.